This is AceForce 2, a brand new 5 vs 5 hero-based tactical shooter game on mobile. In this video, I will explain the key gameplay elements of this game and give you some tips and tricks on how to play better and how to win games in AceForce 2. Thank you to AceForce 2 for sponsoring this video. Make sure to download AceForce 2 via the link in the description. In AceForce 2, you have an attacking team and a defending team. Each team consists of 5 players. Each player can choose their individual hero which they want to play with during the match. You cannot switch heroes. You have to select the hero in the beginning of the match and then you will play with this hero until the end of the entire match. The attacking team must place an EMP charge on either side A or on side B within a certain time. The job of the defending team is to either stop the defending team from either planting the EMP charge or to defuse the EMP charge. Here is how either team wins a round. For the defenders, they win if the entire attacking team is eliminated. They also win if the EMP charge is defused after it got planted. In this scenario, it doesn't matter if any attackers are still alive or not. The defenders by default win the moment they manage to defuse the EMP charge. The defending team also wins if the time runs out, which means the attacking team is under time pressure. However, this changes once they manage to plant the EMP, which leads us to the ways an attacking team can win a round. The attacking team wins by either eliminating all of the defenders. In this case, the EMP charge does not have to be planted anymore. Or they win by EMP detonation, which means the attackers plant the EMP charge and the defenders cannot defuse it in time. It doesn't matter if there is still any defenders alive or not. Once the EMP goes off, the attackers win. Also, this could lead to a scenario where there are no attackers left. The defenders eliminated all of the attackers. However, they do not manage to defuse the EMP charge in time, so the attackers still win, even though none of them is still alive. The heroes you can select in the beginning of a match have unique abilities. These heroes are called aces. You might have an ace that is more suited for pushing, for attacking, and others have more defensive capabilities. You can see an overview over all aces and their respective abilities in the main menu. It is important for you to know which hero has which special ability and which ultimates, so you can know what your enemies and your teammates can cast during the match. Your weapon choice matters a lot. Certain weapons are good only in close range, such as the shotguns. Certain weapons are very good defending a site, like for example an LMG, where you have a 100 bullet magazine. Once a team rushes you and you have this LMG, you stand in a good corner, you might as well get a whole squad wiped when they try to push a certain point together.
Oh, nice.
For you to get started in AceForce 2, it is important that you understand the layout of every map. They are rather small in size, but it gets very tricky knowing every corner and every angle that you have. In the beginning, it's just good to know where are your spawn points, where are the EMP sites, and how do I get from side A to side B. Most of the maps have multiple corridors in the middle as well, so you can rotate from either side A to side B with various strategies. Even though the maps always look the same and the EMP sites are always in the same spot, there are basically endless winning strategies. For example, we have an A or B rush. The whole team rushes as fast as possible to either EMP site A or B. The idea behind this is to surprise and overwhelm the defenders who usually split up. This means if the attackers rush A, there are only maybe 2 defenders there and it is a 5 vs 2 situation, which most of the time the attackers win. Another strategy example is the spawn rush, where the defenders, instead of playing the EMP sites, force attackers into defending and simply charge the attackers. It works well if the attacking team is a team that plays it very slow. Another strategy is a spawn rush variant, is where one defender rushes to the enemy spawn and tries to catch the attackers who are building up, for example, to go to EMP site A by surprise, but only engaging once the attackers manage to go on these sites. AceForce 2 has an economy system built in. For every winning round and elimination, as well as planting the EMP charge, the players receive money which they can spend in the shop in the beginning of every new round. This is called the buy phase, which you have in every round in the beginning, and it is time limited. In round 1, it is usually a pistol only round because players cannot afford any better equipment. Once you have mastered the basics of learning the layout of the maps, of understanding the abilities your aces have, of understanding how the economy works in the game, that when you win a round, you are awarded with more money. When you plant the EMP charge, you also get more money, which then you can spend on better gear. You move on to a little bit more advanced strategies. And here are some tips and tricks I can give you so you increase your odds of winning in AceForce 2. In a 1 versus 1 situation, it is generally better to start sneaking. The enemy player won't be able to hear you at all. Especially if you know where the last guy is, it is best for you to not make a sound, otherwise he'll hear you coming and you lose your advantage. When you place the EMP charge, make sure you place it in a good position where you can make sure that the moment a defender is trying to defuse, you can still take him out. You can place it anywhere in the marked area, but it's best to figure out a nice spot where you maybe from far away can still defeat a defender who is trying to defuse your EMP charge. Once the round starts, pick up better weapons that you see on the ground from either defeated opponents or from your own teammates. In the last round before changing sides, make sure you spend all your money. Buy all your abilities, buy the best gear that you can afford, because once you switch sides, the money is gone. In a firefight, this game is a bit different from other games. You have to stand still if you want to land accurate shots. The moment you start moving, the accuracy goes down by a lot. An advanced strategy is to move to the side, either left or right, and then stand still for the 1 second you want to take your shots, and then you can start moving again, but try not to fire under moving. Also good to know is that the movement speed depends on what you are carrying. You move fastest with the knife only, then pistols and SMGs, and you are slower with LMGs or with snipers. Always keep an eye on the time remaining. Imagine the following scenario. You are the last defender alive. The EMP charge got dropped and you know the location. There's one attacker left. The time is running out. In this scenario, if the attacker eliminates you, the attacker wins. But if the time doesn't allow the attacker to plant the EMP charge anymore, let's say there's only 15 seconds left and the side A and side A or B are too far away for the attacker to make it there. In this scenario, it is wiser for you to not show and not peek. Let the attacker try to get you, but if you don't show and the time runs up, you win. If you choose to fight the attacker and you lose, the attacking team will win and you basically just gave them a free point. Thank you to AceForce 2 for sponsoring this video. Make sure to download AceForce 2 via the link in the description.